Crossman Chapel, and I'm privileged to be the one presenting my topic on lazy and progressive image loading. Images are critical for every website and application we see around us today, whether it be a marketing banners, product images, or logos we have on our website. It is impossible to imagine a website without images. Sadly though, images are too large sometimes, making them the single largest contributor to the web page size. Besides the use of JavaScript and CSS in websites, most of our websites will likely have several images. And then when we as developers include the image elements in our HTML, and then every reference that is made to an image will be fetched and downloaded during the initial website access. It is not unusual to have megabytes of image data to download before announcing the site is ready. But this again can create a bad perception when it comes to performance. We don't need all images on our website to be downloaded at the beginning of viewing a site. And sometimes when we are trying to deliver something meaningful to the user as soon as possible, the longer we keep them waiting, the bigger the chances that they will just leave before all the images on our website are downloaded for them to see. We can do this by placing placeholders in more places where eventually images will be loaded later. So in this presentation, I will be discussing lazy and progressive image loading, which is a technique that helps improve the page load time and reduce the size of our website page, and then still retaining all the images we have on our website. What is lazy and progressive image loading? Lazy and progressive image loading is a set of techniques in web and application development that differ the loading of images on a page to a later point in time when those images are actually needed, instead of loading them at the beginning when we just open a site or a page. This technique helps us to improve performance and also help to better the utilization of the device's resources and also reduce any cost that is associated with using our website. Now with lazy and progressive image loading, images will not all be downloaded at the beginning. They will be deferred until when it is needed. So as the user scrolls down a page, the image will progressively be loaded into the page. So with lazy and progressive image loading, we can do this so that we can increase the performance and reduce the load time. Lazy and progressive image loading have two advantages. One, it improves performance. Now, we know that users always want to have a very good experience when they visit any site. When they discover that it takes longer time for our website to load all the content, there is a chances that the user can decide to leave. So by using lazy and progressive image loading, we reduce the load time, thereby increasing the performance of our website. Second, we know that people want to be very, very frugal when it comes to data usage. People will not like to burn a lot of megabytes trying to download images unnecessarily from a site. So by using lazy and progressive image loading, we save the user that cost of burning a lot of bytes trying to download all the pages or the images on our pages. So lazy and progressive image loading have these two advantages. One, it improves performance, and second, it reduces cost that has to do with data. Now a question can be asked, which image should be lazy and progressively loaded on our site? As a caution, we have to take note of things like the logos on our website and some hero banner that we put on the website. This kind of images should not be lazy and progressively loaded. However, any other image on the site can be lazy loaded. So we have to have this at the back of our mind. Now, The technique we use in image or lazy and progressive image loading, there are two out there. One is to use the image tag or using the CSS background property. However, in this presentation, I will only discuss using the image tag. Now, lazy loading image can be broken down into two steps. The first step is to prevent the image from loading at the beginning and only load them later when the browser triggers the need for that. And then the second one is to use the intersection API. Now, when we lazy and progressively load image, we can put the image URL in an attribute other than the source itself. Let's say, for example, we want to specify the image URL in a data source attribute of the image tag. Now, with this example, we can see that the image URL is put inside the data source instead of just the source itself. Now, this helps us to prevent the images from being loaded upfront until when the browser tells the image to load. So this is very, very important. Now, I am going to go further to demonstrate how this works. Now, I have a little presentation here, but from my code, let me just show my code. From the code I have written, this is the JavaScript that will trigger the browser to ask the browser to allow the image to be loaded lazily and progressively. Here I have my HTML that structure the images. Now I have about 10 images here. A look at all the codes, we will notice that the first three do not have a class. They only have a source that shows the location where these images are. So by default, once I open the browser, these three images will appear automatically. But the remaining 7 that have a class with lazy as a class name, and also the images are stored inside the data source instead of the source file itself, these 7 will be loaded lazily and progressively as the page or as the user scrolls down. So I am going to demonstrate how this can be done. Now, going back to my browser here, I have before me a demonstration of how this works. Let the page load. Let me wait for the page to load before I do that. I'm waiting for the page to be loaded. All right, with the web page in front of us, we can see what I'm trying to say. By default, the 3 first images are shown, but as I scroll down the page, we will see that some of the pages are loaded progressively. We can only see the placeholder, but as I scroll down, the image will be loaded when they are actually needed. Sorry, I have to reload my web browser just to demonstrate what I'm trying to say. Now from the browser in front of us, just like I explained some moments ago, that the three first images will appear by default because these images were not included in the data source tag, but they were installed in the source file. So by default, we do not use the class lazy for the first three images. That is why they appear by default. But as I scroll down, you will notice that it is only the placeholder that are displayed, and the images have been deferred to be loaded at a later time. Now when I scroll back again, as I'm scrolling, we will notice that the pages will be displayed one after the other. Sorry, I don't know what happened with my system. My system is so slow, and it's really making, you can see that as I'm scrolling, the images are appearing. You're supposed to progressively be downloaded, but I don't know because my system is too slow. But that's just what the concept is all about lazy and progressive image loading. You will notice that the image now are appearing progressively one after the other. They're supposed to appear as I'm scrolling, but because my system is too slow and the browser is not really helping matter, well, you can see that the white placeholders are there for the pictures to appear when they are needed based on the concept of lazy and progressive image loading. So that's all what lazy and progressive image loading is all about. Thank you for watching to the end. I will appreciate any suggestion or correction to help me improve in my design. Thank you very much.